With the ongoing battle for deportation of flashy pastor Tobi Adegboyega, there is a man who is known to be around him. Of course, there are other people such as Obi Kubana chief priest, and Imani and his brother. We've seen them around Pastor Tobi. Pastor Tobi is a known face amongst the young people in the United Kingdom. But there is a young man called David Adeleke. You're about to hear what you have never heard before. This is coming from investigative journalist. I'm talking of Kemi Lawson. She says she's no longer Kemi Oluloyo, but you know what I'm talking about. What she dropped will blow your mind. This time around, it is about Davido. What is Davido doing behind the scene? Is it only about music? You'll be hearing what you have never heard before. In fact, she broke it down and she exposed and linked up things together. I, for one, have always known that there is something about Kemi Oluloyo. Some might say, oh, don't listen to that woman, she's stupid, particularly if you are Davido's fan or the fan of this and that. But the thing is this, somehow, some of the things that she puts out there always comes out to be the truth. She said she has heard a lot and a lot. In fact, she even went as far to deep into the latest that happened, and that is the Emefiele thing, where about 700 and something thousand duplexes in Abuja were confiscated by the Economic Financial Crimes Commission. Well, she said, do you know who Emefiele was fronting for? Do you know that there is a former military head of state who owns a bank that we are all aware of? Probably your money is there. You'll be shocked at what you're about to hear. You'll be shocked at the revelation. You'll be shocked at the details of it. So what is Davido doing? Well, according to her, Davido uses his father's private jet influence to ship in and out certain things. You'll be shocked. You'll be so shocked. What about money laundering? Don't forget that Davido comes visiting Pastor Tobi Adegboyega in the UK, and it comes in with private jet. You know how it is. You can move in and out money. Now that private jet thing is part of this talk, and Pastor Adegboyega is being told to leave the United Kingdom, it seems more is about to blow. Like, what is about to happen next will shock you, to blow your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to like and share. Do not forget to tap on the subscribe button. Let's get there. Let's go there.
Argue with me. Davido was arrested in that airport in Uganda, and they covered it up. He covered it up. He had drugs on him, and they stopped him and they released him after a few, hours. But they covered it up. Okay.
I remember when that story broke out, and the Davido denied it, that he was never arrested. Yes, I remember.
He was arrested and he was released a few minutes later. News is suppressed in Nigeria more than any other country. There's so many things happening that are suppressed. What did I say 3 days ago? Not even 3 days. What is today? Today is not, maybe today is Wednesday. On Sunday, I posted that there is somebody who is going to be forfeiting a whole estate to the federal government. Okay? That they're going to file a paper at the EFCC to seize a whole estate in Abuja. On Monday morning, they filed it, and I said it is either Yaya Bello or Emefiele. I tweeted it on Monday. I can tell you it's either Yaya Bello or Emefiele, because this person has eaten into the system so much. On Tuesday, Yele Sowore posted that it's Emefiele. On Wednesday, today, no, not even today, yesterday, the EFCC released a statement. You have to see this. The statement said, Omoyele Sowore trolling the EFCC and his co-pilots. That's referring to people like me. We are the co-pilots. I went under that tweet. Sowore went under that tweet and disgraced the EFCC.
That was the brief tweet that the EFCC dropped out yesterday, where they were trying to review.
And Sowore went under it, and I went under it. It was a disgrace. Sowore dropped the documents, and he said clearly the EFCC was begging a petition to the judge to let them seize the estate belonging to CBN and Emefiele. Imagine, they just sent a press release saying that Shore is a liar, blah, 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 and then Shore dropped the document. It was the biggest disgrace ever. And then I dropped my tweet from 2 days ago that I said you're going to see something that belongs to either Yaya Bello or Emefiele. We said today, weed is not a drug, right? Weed is not a drug because him and Ego are carrying it all over the world. Ego is wanted by the NDLEA. You know Ego?
No, I don't know that. I don't know the person now.
Ego, IGHO.
I'm going to Google it. Yeah.
If you Google IGHO and Davido, Ego's wedding will come out. Ego is a Nigerian based out of the US. He is the one that is importing tons and tons of loud into Nigeria. He lives in California with his Zimbabwe wife. When they got married, Davido was at the wedding. He wore Ashwebi, everything with them, spraying, and he performed. They live in California. A high-profile Zimbabwe woman who is London-based.
I remember Davido went to Zimbabwe to attend a wedding where they dressed the same with the guy.
Ego's wife is high-profile British Zimbabwe. She actually is based in the UK, but after they married, they were in California. So now, one huge shipment of loud arrived in 2023, and they arrested almost 10 young Igbo girls. I'm saying Igbo for a reason. These girls were young. They were many of them were age 15 to 18. A lot of them are underage. What were they doing? And they were all from the Southeast. They were the ones trafficking the drugs to different couriers. That's what I want to say. They were the couriers when the drugs arrive in Nigeria. Igbo will pay everybody at the entry. Do you know the fight going on right now in Nigeria? Ben, the fight between investigative journalists and the government now is getting crazy. The thing is, no one can touch me, even though I'm not in Nigeria. I'm giving them hot shots now because they're going to have it. Fisaya Shoyombo was arrested by the army for 3 days because he saw oil bunkering and people, things I've already said, that I said they're making petrol inside the forest in Port Harcourt and they're shipping it to Kano, to the elite Nigerians who don't have to buy anything at the pump. They're destroying the environment. They're doing all these different things, all this illegal stuff, and a journalist goes to see, then they arrest him. Fisaya came out and said on Arise News that if you see the caliber of army that's escorting petrol to politicians' house, stuff is going on and it's going to be worse. So when these pilots started talking about this stuff, I just when I went to Marwa, Chairman Marwa NDLE, and I said, Marwa, you need to watch all these private jets. Okay, they got the message. When was that? After Mohbad died is when I posted this stuff, and I contacted the NDLE.
Dr. Kemi, that is unbelievable.
I just told you classified information. This plane was on surveillance for 1 year. NDLA told me that the plane is grounded, as in not grounded because there's drugs in it, not grounded because it's not seized, but it's grounded because Davido lost a child and he was not traveling. So nobody was flying anywhere in that plane. So they couldn't do anything. If they're carrying illegal stuff in a plane going back and forth, maybe you'll be monitoring it. But when his son died, daughter died, whatever that child was a girl. When the child died, the plane was grounded. It was not going anywhere. So all this, and then it was sold immediately. After that plane was sold, what happened? Did you notice what happened? September of 2023, after Mohbad died, Festus now posted on Twitter, we have information about Nigerian high-profile figures using private jet to carry drugs and money. Did you see that post?
No, I haven't. I never see it, no.
Wait, you didn't see it in the fall of 2023, around September, October.
I must have missed it.
You know Festus is the Minister of Aviation.
Yeah, at the moment. Okay. Yeah, Festus KMO, yeah.
And Festus tweeted it. All these things, I thank God for Google. You can Google it. We have information of private jets. Many private jets have been belonging to high-profile Nigeria, have been carrying drugs and money. They're using it to launder money. They're using it to carry drugs. So they couldn't do the Adeleke thing anymore. Davido's father now bought a new jet. Davido went and posted it again, and that's when I replied with a video. Just make sure they don't have drugs in that plane and your passengers. But in the moving of drugs back and forth, Yeah, we know who the drugs are going to. We know who they are coming from. Somehow the drug deal went bad and they went for the kid. I'm not going to repeat the story anymore. You won't see it anywhere in the news. Ben Hunter told you clearly, okay, that it has been confirmed that the child drowned and he has been buried, and please, the family needs privacy. The family needs privacy. So it's police that is the spokesman for their delegate when they have several ways they could have told the public. The father has a company, Pacific. He could have announced for his grandchild. Davido has a record label. They did not do it over there. Nobody announced within the family. They used the police to cover everything up. These stories are not going to happen again. They're gone. News is suppressed in Nigeria, and the suppression is amazing. Leke was in the Saraki National Assembly. You know, Dr. Oluloyo Saraki was the leader of the Senate. Bukola's father and Davido's grandfather was a senator for Osun in there. I was in that area. I was 16 years old in 1980. My father became governor in 1983. So it now becomes a family thing. Now, do you know the Smith family, the IGP? You know the IGP that was the last name Smith.
Yeah, Balogun
How
Smith.
good are you with the IGP?
Balogun Smith.
That's it. Okay. Now, you know, my grandfather was the first deputy IGP, 1951, Samuel Akinyemi. That is my grandfather. Most of the Nigerian police are shocked because he was the one that worked next to Finlay. Finlay was the British guy at the house because I was Kaede's neighbor. So Kaede was bringing Davido to our house to come and prostrate and beg me. Last minute, Davido canceled, saying that I will go live on Facebook and Instagram. He was scared. He didn't want me to go live.
Oh, bless him, bless him, bless him, bless him.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Elumelu fronting for. Ben, do you know who Elumelu is fronting for? Do you know who he's fronting for?
No, I don't know, ma.
Babangida owns UBA. You won't tell me. My father is a high-ranking politician that has told me the story of Nigeria. Anybody that wants to see the story of Nigeria should go to Dele Momodu's page, okay? Or just Google it for your benefits. Oluloyo interviewed on Instagram Live with Dele Momodu. Ben, my father was supposed to do an interview with Dele Momodu, 12-1 on Instagram Live. They had to open one fake account for Daddy so he can go live with Dele Momodu. 1 hour interview turned into 6 hours.
Well, you heard it all. Back then, that news of Davido's arrest in one African country came up, and the story was kind of killed, and Davido denied it. Of course, if the bribe that needs to be paid has been paid. I'm not saying this happened, but we know how these things are. You cannot have a private jet without having something private inside of it, particularly money laundering. That is the game. That has always been, that is how it has always been, for sure, for sure. Those that have private jets are often treated as elite. They're often treated as VVIP, very, very important personality of people. So therefore, it would be too tempting for Davido or his crew members not to bring into the aircraft bags of cash. Just imagine this Pastor Tobi being friends with Davido, knowing fully that Davido has a private jet. Just imagine how much money Davido can help him carry out of Nigeria, out of the UK, out of London, down to Nigeria. Just imagine how much. And he will already have someone on ground in Nigeria that will come pick up the money, to fly the money, maybe with a private helicopter or something, to wherever they need to keep or stash that money, to buy properties. Whatever it is that is to happen to Tobi, I don't think he will be broke. He won't be broke. That's the point. Apart from some of the things that he's doing, sort of is like, packaging before, he has spent some little money, then packaging is also part of the whole thing. But will he be deported? I don't know. So back to Davido. A lot of dirty, shady things will happen. You heard what Kemi Oluloyo said, that Davido's father had to sell off the other aircraft because it has already been tainted and he doesn't want any blowback. So he got a new aircraft. Like, you know what? Let us scrap that one and start with something else. We don't want the license of this aircraft or anything. I just want a fresh start. In case there is anything inside of that aircraft. I'm selling it off after it has been scrubbed and cleaned. They sold it off like, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let's get a new aircraft, a fresh one that has no taint of anything. And maybe he then would advise his son, like, if I hear say anything of anything happens, you'll be dealt with. There are a lot of things happening in this world. Of course, this world is a world of illegal activities. A lot of people that have it like cash. A lot of them, of course, they make from illegal activities. Imagine the $500,000 wristwatch, $500,000 to have gifted, for this pastor to have gifted Davido this $500,000 wristwatch, either used or new. $500,000 wristwatch to have gifted Davido. It means that Davido has done a lot for him. You just don't wake up and say, I'm a rich man. Do you know the millions of pounds that I have? Even if he has 10 million pounds, you just don't wake up and give someone $500,000. You just don't wake up and give someone $500,000. You could have given him something worth 150,000, but he gave him $500,000. Gave the wife a bag, 10,000 pounds or more. Give Daddy Freeze. You know, he knows what he's doing. This guy understands the assignment. He knows that there are certain people that you need to connect with. There are certain people you need to show that you've got cash. And the guy is smart, but then you can't be too smart. There will always be a place where, unless he has never, ever in his life engaged in anything, and I think that's just basically what it is. He has not in any way given his identity to any business. So they can't track him with that. Nothing is on his name. Businesses are open on other people's name. The money is simply coming in from whatever those people are bringing in. And these things will be done cash. No transfer. And if there's going to be transfer, he will have a money bag. He will have someone that money goes into the account of that person. That person will do things clean and legit. That's how to cover up your tracks. It's called money laundering. You cover up your tracks. This guy will have invested, although one time he said, well, he doesn't have business with Nigeria, he doesn't go to Nigeria, so what's the thing in Nigeria? This guy probably must have invested in some other countries. If he's not looking at Nigeria, he might be looking at some other places. He might decide to have in the Caribbean. He might decide to have in some other parts of the world. He might decide to invest in those places. He might have flats, apartments. So for him to go broke, I doubt it. So the part of Davido, I don't know. We've not heard of anything yet or anything. Kemi Oluloyo is simply alleging. What are your thoughts? Drop your comments. See you guys in the next update.